Hello everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Geeks for Geeks. Kindly give me a heads up. Am I audible? Am I visible? And let's wait for some time for everyone to join. Till then, tell me how are you guys? What were you doing? How your day went? Hi, good evening, Sakshi. Hi, Sarthak. Hi, Mohit. We'll be waiting for some more people to join. Hi, Adarsh. Hi, Rasika. Hi, Abhishek. Good evening. So let me host you for the guest of today. So we are having a very special guest with us, the man himself who has founded the largest platform for all the developers, Geeks for Geeks, Mr. Sandeep Jain. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in here today. And good evening. How you have been doing today?
I've been doing great, Shambhavi. Thanks for having me. Hi everyone.
Hi, hello. Okay, so people are happy seeing you here. So let's start the session, sir.
All right.
Can you share the idea behind GFG?
Like every engineering student, I started my career with IIT preparation. I'll talk about the story, like my background and why did I start it. So I prepared for IIT for 2 years, and after that, I ended up in a college where we had 0% placement. And this, what happened with our batch was in that college. This was the first batch of that university. There's a new university called AKTU now, and during those days, it was called UPTU. And the vice chancellors decided that we'll have the papers set by IIT professors, paper checked by IIT professors, and we were affiliated to that university. So the teachers who were teaching us, they were not setting up the question papers, they were not they were not checking the answer sheets. For us, it was super difficult to even qualify the academics, and those 4 years were really struggles for all of us in that batch. And I feel like many of the engineering students, especially those who are affiliated to universities, it becomes very difficult for them to qualify even the academics, because someone is teaching them, somebody else is setting up the question papers. And for us it was more difficult, we were because we were the first batch. And after that BTech, I had no placement on campus. So I went to Delhi and I started applying for jobs everywhere. And then I realized that all the hard work that I did in my engineering, like I did a lot of hard work to just qualify the academics. I remember there were a lot of students who finished engineering in 5 years in our batch. And there were many students who had a lot of backlogs. There were 87 students in our batch, and only 5 students did not have any backlog. I was fortunate to be among those 5.
Nice.
And then I went for IIT. I actually went for a job search. And then I realized that whatever I studied, that is not of much use. All the hard work that I did in engineering, it's mostly about the problem solving skills that are required. And that too, I got to know about it when I went to IIT Roorkee, when I got an opportunity to appear in the software company interviews. Even in IIT Roorkee, I saw a gap that students study a lot of subjects, and when it comes to company interviews, all that matters is problem solving skill most of the time. Although they ask other questions as well, they ask DBMS, they ask operating system, they ask object oriented programming, they ask design questions as well. But mostly it's your problem solving skills, data structures, and algorithms. That's what matters most. And that is what I realized when I got an opportunity to appear in those companies. So I saw a big gap there. Even if you are a tier 3 engineering student, or you are an IIT student or a top tier college student, you don't know many times like what is required to be employable. And in that time, when I did BTech in 2004 and MTech in 2007, there was nothing like Geeks. So nobody had an idea. So the intention was very clear to help the engineering community, to help the engineering students, so that they find a platform where they know like what are the interview experiences look like, what companies ask, and what are the solutions of those questions. What is the basic solution? What is the efficient solution? So that was the whole idea.
That's really nice, sir. So, what are your views on ever-growing software industry?
I feel like it's always going to be ever growing only. There is a lot of automation which is required, especially if you talk about India. Uh, there's yet to be done a lot of automations, although the software industry has been growing. So I feel like it's always going to grow, and I've seen it from 2004, my BTech to 2022 now, and there has always been a very high demand of good coders and good software developers, and it's not going to go down.
Right, right. And what are your views on the current market scenario and how is it affecting the IT sector?
So I'll again tell you about my story. When I decided to leave my software job, I worked in Decision company, and when I decided to leave that job, I joined an engineering college as a teacher. And then again, there was a lot of society pressure that I had taken a wrong decision, a lot of family pressure because my salary went down and everything was not looking good to everybody else around me. And it was the time of 2009, and during that time the great recession was there.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, correct.
many fintech companies went shut, right?
Yeah.
They shut down. So what happened during that time, I actually started again applying to many software companies because I had joined a teaching job and there was a family pressure. And because of this great recession, I was rejected. My resume was not selected in many of those. And many of them rejected me in the HR because competition was really tough. The recession was
From IT graduate.
even from IIT, there
Yeah.
was competition was really tough. And since I could not appear in a software company, I had to go for a teaching job, and the only option left for me was to continue Geeks4Geeks. I had started Geeks4Geeks as a blog, but I joined this teaching job, I was not making any money. So that is why there was a family pressure. Like, you're spending money on this thing, it's not generating any revenue.
Yeah, correct.
So that is because of all those reasons I started applying to software company, and because of recession I could not get a job, and that actually worked positively for me.
Yeah.
So I would say, like, whatever happens,
Happens for
it
good.
happens for good. I mean, you work hard. And even my engineering days, I can tell you, like, we were the first batch of our engineering, and that batch had to work really really hard to qualify the academics. And I can tell you guys, the students who were there in that batch, many students did not finish engineering in 4 years, they finished engineering in 5 years, and all of them are really really well settled now. So the hard times that you go through, they actually teach you a lot and you become better. And especially when you get something, whatever it is, job or whatever, if you get it with a lot of hard work, you actually cherish it more, you enjoy it more. So don't worry about it. And I would say that it's just temporary. I've seen it like happening a lot of times in the industry. Ups and downs, they keep on happening. But when you talk about software industry, it's never going to go down. The automations are always going to be required, and good coders demand is always going to be there.
Yeah, correct. And what is your take on US recession slams the brake on the Indian IT sector's dream run? Can it be happening?
See, India has become more independent now. There are many startups in India itself. So it's in India, we are more of a conservative business running country. Most of us run that way. So I would not say that it would affect that much, although there is definitely impact of it. Most of the investments, they come from US, and there has been an impact on investments as well. So definitely it's going to impact. But the way our country run and the way we work as a company, we also work as a Geeks4Geeks also, we don't rely too much on investment, right? So the way we work also as a company, it doesn't impact much. And most of the Indian companies, they work this way, so it doesn't impact that much us as a country.
And as you said that there was a great recession in between. So how is this recession different from that recession? And is it more dreadful or it is comparatively lesser?
See, I cannot comment on this because I'm not a finance person, but I can say whatever happens, like whether it is more dreadful or less dreadful, it's like always hard work. And I can see whenever I meet company founders, also, even now when the recession is there, they're struggling to get good coders.
Yeah,
Even
correct.
you talk to a lot of HR
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So whatever happens, good coders are always going to be in demand. I go to many colleges for as a speaker, and there I meet a lot of co-speakers. And when I meet them, they all say that please hire some good coders for us. Please help us in hiring good coders for us. So that's how industry has always been for good coders. So you don't have to worry much. Sometimes what happens is your senior batch or the people who were preparing jobs last year, it was slightly easier for them. Now it has become slightly more tough and the competition has gone higher. Definitely, I would not again say that recession is not going to impact. It's definitely going to impact. We all see the impact of it. The jobs, there are less number of jobs, right, and a lot of layoffs happening. But good coders are always going to be in demand. That's what I always believe, and I've seen it like for many years.
Yeah. And how's the current market scenario has impacted the programmers?
We have covered it
Yeah, we
almost
have
right.
already covered it. Yes. What coding skills are most in demand during the current market scenario?
So again, it depends like what where you are. If you're a fresher, then the first thing that you need to do is you need to make sure that your DSA skills are good, right? You have employable DSA skills. You can solve the questions which are asked in the company interviews, right? And once you reach that state, then you can focus on the skills that you like most. It doesn't matter what is there in the demand. It should also mean, I mean, it doesn't matter that much. It's more about what you enjoy. If you enjoy Android development, if you enjoy full stack development, data science, go for it. There are jobs in every field, right? It's not like there are more jobs here, and if you study, for example, cyber security, you won't get job. Experts and skilled people are always going to be required in every field. You need to focus on your basics. You should be a good problem solver. You should know the DSA really well, and then explore every other field if you're a fresher, and then go for the field that you actually enjoy. Because if you actually enjoy, you will become good at it. But again, talking about the market, mostly jobs in India are more in full stack development as of now. I mean, I see more lot of vacancies around full stack development and backend and Java backend development is also one more field where the jobs are there. And if you're an experienced person, again, then what matters most is what experience you already have. It's easy to get a job in the same domain, but if you want to switch, then it becomes slightly more difficult for you, and you need to upskill. In that case, you need to learn that new skill and learn that skill really well. Yeah. So would you like to have any advice for someone who has been a victim of recession? I'll give the same advice. Go through this tough time. I mean, I you can relate with me. We were the first batch of that university, and we really struggled a lot. And since we worked really hard, that helped us in the long term. And again, because of the recession, I did not join a software company, and I could build GeeksforGeeks. I had no other choice but to do that teaching job, and whatever time I had after the teaching job, build GeeksforGeeks. So a lot of things happen for your good, and you work hard, you also become stronger, right? You also become stronger, and that's strongness helps you in the long term. See, many of us focus on the short term goals. I remember and many of us get demotivated because in the short term we are not getting success. When I was in BTech, we were four good coders in that batch, and except me, everybody else in my group got a job. I was the only one who did not get a job, right? And I really felt demotivated. But in the long term, I'm doing really good. I mean, I would not say that I was not impacted. I really felt demotivated for the short term. But we need to think in the long term, and we need to continue working on our skills. In the long term, we'll definitely get success. And how does Geeks for Geeks job portal is planning to help geeks in this situation? So for that, I think we are up to announce that we are starting this mega jobathon. Yeah. We have been running this jobathon for a long time now. It's been and a year, more than a year, and it has been super successful. Even the recruiters, they enjoy the profiles that we share, and they give a lot of feedback, positive feedback to us. Because as a company, Geek Stories, the traffic that we see, the people that come to Geek Stories, they are high intent people. They are the people who are actually looking for a job switch. They are preparing for interviews. So companies are very happy with the way we have served them, with the way we have shared the resumes and profiles with them. So it has been very successful for us for a long time. and we got super confident that we can now do it at the next scale. And especially when recession is there, right, we can help the candidates, those who got laid off or those who are actively looking for a job. And we are meeting a lot of HRs and recruiters who are saying that we are not able to find good coders.
Yeah.
So that is why we thought, we did a meeting and we said, let's do a big event, right? And that's when we decided the Mega Job-A-Thon, where we are onboarding a good number of companies and doing this event all together.
Since you have announced Mega Job-A-Thon, can you just walk us through?
So, guys, Mega Job-A-Thon is a contest. Basically, we have two contests. One is on 4th January, and the second one is on 5th January. Shambhavi, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So, 4th January is for freshers, this separate Job-A-Thon, and 5th January is for working professionals. And we have onboarded more than 25 companies, and there might be more companies joining us in that Mega Job-A-Thon. So there we are going to get a lot of people recruited through us, and we were super super excited to achieve this and to do this for you guys and for the companies as well.
Yeah. And as you already mentioned that there are more than 25 plus companies. Can you just announce the companies who are participating, the main major ones?
So we have been approaching a lot of companies, right? And we could onboard really great companies. One is First Cry, Biryani by Klo, New Star, Mu Sigma, and there are many more companies. See, what you can do is you can just type Jobathon on Google, right? And you will get the Jobathon event link. And there you will find both the Jobathon links, the for the fresher one and the experienced one. And you can take a look at all the companies which are available there. I've just told few names to you.
And also this is available in the description box, the link, so you can just go through, apply, and you just can give the test, and it is a very easy process. So, sir, from an HR perspective, how do you think it will be beneficial for the hiring process?
See, HRs are always looking for good coders. Whenever you meet HR, even you meet HR or I meet the founders, they are always in need of good coders, especially the startups. They really struggle because they don't have that much budget. They always want to hire really freshers and good coders who can help them. So this is going to be super, super beneficial for all the HRs, and they are also all super excited to be onboarded on this, and they are looking forward to hire people through this Jobathon event. And the great part is we are going to have a very good amount of people who are going to participate.
The count is already going high.
Right.
So, is there any eligibility criteria for this Mega Jobathon?
I think there is no specific criteria. Look at, you can go through the individual job descriptions and make sure you apply to the job where you are eligible or where job description matches. Also, make sure that if you are a fresher, you don't participate in the experienced one, right? That won't help anybody, right? And if you're an experienced, then participate in the experienced job only. See, the contest is going to have 3 coding questions and then some multiple choice questions. I think 5 logical, 5 reasoning, and 5 programming multiple choice questions. So that is all going to be there. You just have to be a good problem solver, good coder. That is all required. No specific other requirement. And then multiple companies, they have their own job descriptions. You can explore them.
So is it only for specific profiles, or one can just apply for multiple roles in different profiles?
You can apply for multiple roles. Whatever roles suits to you. There are multiple job openings. You can apply to as many as you want, right? If you are a fit candidate for those job roles.
Okay. And what will be the process after the contest?
After the contest, our team will be, doing the plagiarism check. After the plagiarism check, we will be shortlisting the candidates. So make sure you don't share your code also, because that does not help you, and you might get blacklisted for the upcoming jobathons as well, right? So after the plagiarism check, we'll be sharing the top people from the leaderboard, and then then the companies ask for different things. They ask for resumes. Some companies ask for the code submitted by the people. So make sure if you're writing a code, then make sure that you write in a proper way. Also, you can try writing in a proper way by giving proper function names and proper variable names. That also helps. So companies ask us to share the codes. They ask us to share the resume and leaderboard. We share that, and then we follow up with the companies. And whenever we get some reply from them, we forward it to the candidates also. Shambhavi, you want to add anything to this?
No, sir. I think you have already covered everything. And sir, any preparation tips for the candidates who are participating in this Mega Jobathon?
See, you can go through the previous jobathons. If you Google jobathon, you will find a landing page. There you will see the current two jobathons listed at the top. There is a tab below it which is past events. And if you click on the past events, you will find jobathon 14, 13, and below jobathons, right? The past jobathon. The upcoming ones are 15, 16, which are mega jobathon events. So 14, 13 you will find, 14 to 1 you will find, and you can actually go through those previous jobathons and you can practice the questions. The questions are available. You can practice the multiple choice questions, you can practice the coding questions, right? And that way you can get familiar with the environment, you can get familiar with the level of questions, you can get familiar with the multiple choice questions also, which we have put in the past.
So we have reached the end of the session. So is there any message to the geeks who are following you or following Geeks for Geeks for so many years?
See, guys, I would always say don't worry about these ups and downs, whatever is happening in the industry. It's just temporary. Good coders, good skilled people are always going to be in demand. And you just need to make sure that you are upskilling yourself time to time and don't miss out on the opportunities that you're getting. Mega Jobathon is one opportunity. Whatever other opportunities also you get, please keep on applying. And this time will also pass and you will definitely be getting really great in the long term if you keep on working on your skills and keep on upskilling yourself.
Okay. So should we take some audience questions?
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So, sir, Priyanka is asking, please guide how to get job in data analyst as a fresher.
So data analyst is not my domain. I'm not sure like if I'm able to guide. I mean, we can skip this question,
Yeah,
Shambhavi.
sure. Sir, I have 1.5 years of experience in backend development. Should I go for MTech since masters from tier one will have brand value in recession, or should I focus on switching job via DSA?
See, it's all your decision. If you're ready to study for 2 more years, then definitely the IIT tag will help you in the long run. It worked for me also. But to add to this, this college tag is slowly not that impactful. You know, if you compare my MTech in 2007, the tag was really very, very super meaningful. You know, if I when I was in that college in 2004, I did not even get an opportunity to appear in a software company interview, and online hiring challenges were not there at all. But when went to MTech, I could appear in a lot of companies on campus. So that was the impact. But now there are a lot of hiring challenges that happen online, right? A lot of companies do online hiring. So anybody can participate, and companies are now not specific about IITs or NITs. They hire from every college, all the top companies. So I would say 2 years on MTech versus 2 years on your coding skills. That might be some decision for you to take, but I would have taken the decision of coding skills.
So Sneha is asking, what about the AI bots which write good and efficient code? Are these bots threat to the coders?
See, it's like uh, when we talk long back in 90s, there were as people who were doing assembly language coding. Right? They were also coders. They were coding in assembly language. Then the high level language coders came in, and then people thought that the coders would be not be in demand because it's not now the hardware related coding. But again, there were coders who were now coding in the high level language, and then the language like Python came, which made the coding really easier. So it's going to be the similar shift. You know, the people who will be using AI tools, they'll again be coders. You will need coders to uh, assemble that code, club that code, and it will be like easier job and more better job, much better job for the coders, because now you will not be writing those small functions. That those functions will be generated by the AI. You'll be working at a higher level, like from assembly to high level shift, but the coders are always going to be in demand.
Okay. So I think, sir, we have already covered most of the questions that has been asked in the comment section. So thank you so much for joining in, and hope you guys have a wonderful session. Hope all of your doubts have been cleared. So as you guys know that interview preparations have been going on, and it will be concluded at 24th of this month. And Sandeep sir will be taking one-on-one sessions. So if you guys are interested, if you guys are having doubts or any kind of queries, you can just come up there and ask your doubts. Also, if you are having any doubt after this session, also there is a link in the description box named queries. You can just go through it, and there are links in the description box for the Mega Job-A-Thon event. You can just go through and apply through there. So thank you so much, sir, for joining in.
Thank you, Shamali.
It was a pleasant having you here.
Thank you.
And last but not the least, I would like to say that GFG Kadlo ho jayega. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. And stay tuned for a lot more surprises from Geeks for Geeks. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.